And welcome everybody to a special homecoming edition of Reservation Roundup. I am your voice of Tioga football, Billy French, and we are at a different location. Normally we're at Quebedeaux, but this is homecoming night. We're going to have the parade right here beside you. You're going to see as Chuck, my man behind the camera that does everything to make sure everything looks as great as it does. We're at the columns right here in front of Tioga High School, right in the middle of the parade route, right next to where the judges' tables are going to be at. So you're going to hear a lot of background noise, which is awesome. It's just people from the community here at Ward 10, Tioga, celebrating what is going to be a fun night tonight of the Tioga Homecoming Parade. We're going to talk to a ton of people tonight. We're going to talk to Principal Ben Arrington. We're going to talk to Coach Tay, basketball coach for your Tioga Indians. Of course, after we've talked to cheerleaders, we've talked to dance, we're going to talk to a lot of people in the community tonight. And then after that, once Coach Kevin Cook gets done with he's going to be riding the float there with the young men. When he gets done, he'll come over and we'll talk a little football as well. But this is going to be a fun night here on 446 Sports. Special edition homecoming reservation roundup. Again, I am Billy French alongside my partner behind the camera, Chuck Perkins. We are super appreciative to the community for even allowing us to do this. And look, we knew we weren't going to have the biggest crowd at Quebedeaux because everybody comes to the parade. So, Chuck, I'm going to give Chuck all the credit. This was Chuck's idea. Because, of course, everything has to happen logistically for Chuck to be able to make this work with all the look, he's got everything. I told him a little while ago, I got one of them circle lights right in front of me. I feel like I'm fixing to make a TikTok. It's what I feel like. He's got every bit of camera. He's got a drone set up over here. He's going to be doing maybe some overhead stuff with that. It's going to be a fun night, right, Chuck?
It is. And, Bill, I challenged you earlier. You talked about the TikTok thing. I challenged you earlier. Go ahead and get up and do the dance. But I know you know me good enough that I'll go live real quick, and everybody will see you trying to do a dance.
We are not going to be doing that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to gain viewership, buddy. I'm not trying to lose it. And so we're not going to do that at all. But we are live at Tioga High School, the parade, homecoming parade reservation roundup here. We'll have Coach Kevin Cook of your Tioga Indians here a little bit later on. We're getting ready. They're shutting down the street here. We're on the corner of Tioga Road and Tioga High School Road right there in front of the columns. And we're going to be talking to a lot of community. Real quick, we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about last week. Of course, as the parade gets ready to get started. We had a Pine Prairie team we played on Thursday night, so we've had basically 7 days since our last game. We played last Thursday night at Pine Prairie, and it kind of went like we thought it was going to go. We figured, Pine Prairie had some issues, so they didn't have their full team, and they had a lot going on, and we just overpowered them, which we knew we would. But we got to play a lot of young guys, and it's funny because we talked about it on Coach Speak on Sunday nights. Every Sunday night at 5 p.m., we have Coach Speak with all the play-by-play guys. And Doug Gann, our founder of 446 Sports, he got right there into the camera. And, Chuck, he said, do not, if you're playing Tioga High School, do not kick it to Jacorian Norris. Well, Pine Prairie must have not watched because Jacorian Norris literally played one play the entire game. I don't know if he had to talk his way into getting that or not, but he got to there on the opening kickoff. That was the only play he played, and they kicked the ball right to Jacorian, and he ran it back 75 yards for the touchdown, never set foot again on the field. And so he kind of kept his little deal going with all the returns and with the touchdowns. And Jacorian had that fun, great experience right there. And then we kind of went methodically down what we did. Josh Lloyd had a 20-yard touchdown reception from Case Malone, who had a great night. The little bit of time he was in there. We had a 30-yard rushing touchdown from Travis Adams. Champion had a huge hit, forced fumble, and then an 8-yard rush by Travis. Again, Case to a beautiful pass to Ryan Reeves for 50-yard touchdown, and that ended up being our Southern Air Cool play of the game. And then we had a 1-yard rush from Travis, a 12-yard rush by Contavious Bates here. And as you're going to see everybody in this community. It packs the house here in Tioga for this homecoming parade. If you're trying to get here, you need to get here as quick as you can because they're pretty much shutting down roads, shutting down for everybody to get here. People are trying to get parking spots, but they're going to be throwing quite a bit of candy, and we're hoping, Chuck and I are hoping they throw a little our way because, look, I'll take all the Tootsie Rolls you want to throw, buddy. You come out and just try to see if you can reach me. We'll make it a game out of it. And but it should be a fun night here. Again, this is the homecoming parade special edition of Reservation Roundup here. I am Billy French alongside Chuck Perkin behind the camera, and you can hear the fire trucks coming here.
You can see on the screen there the police department, fire department. They're followed by the JROTC here from Tioga High School.
Yes, look, man, we are prepared. Yeah, we got everything ready. Again, this first hour, roughly hour 15, is going to be pretty much just the parade route. We're going to talk a little bit about some few things here, and then we'll talk to some basketball coaches and everything. But this first little while is going to be a fun time here. Again, that is your fire and police here. It's going to be that first float with the Ball Police Department as well, and Fire District number 3. And then you got the JROTC right behind them. And I feel like this is the Macy's parade, Chuck. I'm enjoying this. You know how we did the broadcast on. We just needed to make sure it's as many viewers as that one, which is super nice here.
There it is. I'm muted myself. Doug would love that.
If we can get that type of viewership, we're going to be in great shape. But again, here comes the JROTC, and I'm watching what you're watching. Of course, I get to see the screen of it. Of course, Chuck doing what Chuck does, and he's got this thing looking fantastic here with the. We've got the drone over here. Just to let everybody know, Chuck Perkins, not only is he the greatest producer on the planet, he teaches here at Tioga, and he teaches drones.
Oh, thank you.
He, so he knows what he's doing. So if something was to happen, it's all on Chuck.
Just so everyone knows that is watching this, I am a licensed commercial unmanned aircraft systems pilot, and I did get my license through the FAA, and that's how I'm able to teach this class here. So thankful that the administration here saw a value in it for our kids, and I was able to go and get the certification and learn to teach class. Didn't have to go all the way to Alaska. The guys from Alaska actually came to Louisiana, taught the class here. Yeah, I was kind of hoping, I was like, oh, they're from Alaska, I did get to go. They're like, no. They're going to be in Walker, Louisiana, teaching it. So, and a shout out to my buddy down there in Walker. He had already gotten his certification and invited him back there. And that's whenever we kind of tag teamed with him. Steve Johnson, he also does some color and play-by-play for the Walker Wildcats down there at Walker High School on their productions. And so he and I have kind of battled back and forth a little bit about different things.
Good deal. Basically, if you got to underhear all that, Chuck basically gets paid to play with a toy in the air. That's pretty much it. Now, he's got a lot of training to do that, but, if it sounds really cool by saying it that way, right?
Yes, indeed. And there's your football team that is on that one in the red truck, and you see all the jerseys in the back of it in that trailer.
Yep, that is the varsity football, and then right behind them will be the JV football. But this is what, you're going to be seeing tomorrow night here at Homecoming. They're going to be taking on the Franklin Parish Patriots here. Both teams 5-1. So it's going to be a heck of a ball game. We're super excited about this, and that is your Tioga High School football team right now coming through, throwing out candy, and I see a couple of them wearing some beads, and they must have put the JV. They swapped it on us. I think that's the JV first, I believe. Some of the younger guys, and then you'll see the varsity right behind them as well, and then of course right behind them are the fantastic quarterback club here. And, man, I'm telling you can't do anything without our quarterback. They feed us so good in those press box. Shout out to David Jones, my buddy there. He feeds me a little extra. He always making some good quesadillas or whatever it is. He always hooks it up. So thank you, buddy.
So
there's Coach Kevin Cook.
So that's why you had to get some new shirts there at Polos and Plaids.
That's right. I did. Of course, you can see that here in a little while. But there's Coach Kevin Cook. He'll be joining us a little bit later here as the Tioga High School football team's throwing some candy. And look, Cook, he's focused. He's thinking about Franklin Parish right now. He is what I think he's doing. Appreciate them, of course. And then right behind the quarterback club is the queen, the homecoming queen is directly behind her.
And that is
correct?
Abby Troquil.
Abby Troquil. Hey, again, a little story about Abby. I love Abby Troquil. That kid is one of the best athletes you will ever see. Got to watch her grow up, some wee little lad. Of course, her dad, John. And good to see her winning queen here, homecoming queen here at Tioga. You'll get to see her all season long with basketball and softball. She's a heck of a player. So good to see her doing a little bit more of the queen stuff, and then she'll get that back there and throw some elbows to you next, when you see her for get ready for basketball. So Abby Truckwell, the queen. And then right behind Abby is the Tioga High School Band of Indians will be coming up next. And, again, that Band of Indians are loud and proud. Again, this is the Reservation Roundup. This is the parade edition.
Oh, fancy hot rod there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the more Tioga football.
Oh, that's the king.
Homecoming king.
That is Jacorian Norris is the homecoming king.
Well, man, is there anything that Jacorian does not do?
I think he's selling tickets tomorrow.
I'm telling you, he'll be washing vehicles. But Jacorian Norris, number one, your homecoming queen for Tioga.
Homecoming king.
King, but I say queen. I'm sorry.
I'll let him know you said that at some point,
Look,
John.
he does everything. You might as well get that, both of them. No, but there is the Band of Indians for Tioga right there. And you'll hear them in the background. Big. Hey, Tioga's always been a big band community. They're, if you're hungry at the football game and you're going to get you something to eat, you're supporting the Band of Indians right there. Always such a big class. Sends a lot of young men and women to college for band. So we appreciate the Band of Indians back from the days of when I played in it in the late 90s. As you can hear them in the background playing the famous song. Right behind the band is the dance line of your Tioga Indians.
I'm trying to see who that is in the car. If that's another one of our court members, First Princess possibly. If that's the First Princess, that's Bailey Gallino.
That is Bailey Gallino. That's exactly who it is. See, that's why because Coach Perkins works here. He gets to know who won what and who didn't win. My paper's telling me it's the dance line, but now we skip the dance line. We're to the First Princess, Second Princess, and Third Princess.
This is Riley Abear.
Oh, I know Riley
And the
Abear.
second princess. And the third one, I believe, is Roland.
Is that Zoe? No, it's Anaya.
Yeah, Lanaya Veal. There we go.
Anaya Veal is third princess. Congratulations. And look, we got the class of 2025.
Got a boxing match going on.
Yeah, it looks like they're boxing, but they ain't hit nobody yet. Yeah, that's got to be the class of 2025.
Good design on a float.
Yeah. I wonder what the slogan is. We're going to knock you out. Mama said knock you out, maybe? Little LL Cool J? That's dating myself, everybody that's watching back home.
But I'm right there with you. I know that as well. Looks like another court member.
There we go. Trying to see who that is.
This is Rock, the Rock the Patriots.
That's the class of 2025 here. That was the 2024
see with
earlier.
with the balloons there, the Mylar balloons they have holding up.
Yeah. Class of 2025. And then our homecoming court. But just said, of course, they don't get specific on the layout. They just said court girl. So we'll see who that is, of course. And, man, what a beautiful view, Chuck. I'm also glancing down at it. I have a screen as well to watch what you're watching at home. And, Chuck, you're doing a fantastic job, buddy. This looks awesome, man. There we go. Somebody else coming in and with one of them fancy little hot rods.
Our 446 sports teams, they've done some different things for homecoming. And, and it's good that we're able to do that and get back to the schools. And
we're one-upping them, too.
And we are trying to show them what we're working with. How about that?
Say what we want to say. We're one-upping you, buddy.
We're going to show you what I'm working with.
And that is Kaylee Kuti in the crossover right there, the slingshot, should I say.
Okay, yeah, and the black and orange trim that we showed there a minute ago. That is Kaylee Kuti. You're right.
Kids, again, I know all these softball players a little bit more than the rest, but and then right behind her, it looks like it's the girls powerlifting team.
Wow.
Always strong here at Tioga. Always the girls powerlifting team always produces state champs and it's just a fantastic program here at Tioga. Yep, and right behind the girls powerlifting is another young lady on the court. We'll get to see who that is here shortly. Some good music going in there too, huh?
Very good music. I'm trying to see you can probably look through the same space there I'm looking at too.
Lauren Chris.
Or Lauren Chris.
Yep,
You're sure?
Yep, Lauren Chris is the court young lady there. And then right behind her is the Tioga High School baseball team.
There we go. Riding high atop there.
Yep. That looks to be... Yep, there is the Tioga baseball team. Listen, they ought to be able to throw the candy further than anybody else, right?
I would think, I would think they'd be able to reach us.
Yeah,
especially the outfielders.
Nobody's even come close, Chuck. I'm very disappointed. I was hoping to catch some candy. I brought my own just in case, though.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah. Got a Milky Way from you earlier. Wasn't it? A Milky Way?
Milky Way. All right. Right behind the baseball is another lady of the court. Let's see. We'll try to get who that is.
Having a hard time reading it, Bill.
That's Maddie. Is that Maddie Lemoyne? I don't know. It's Maddie.
Maddie. Yep. We'll go with Maddie.
All right. Right behind
some
her
cheer
is
squads.
the cheerleaders. Says Down Set Homecoming is the Tioga cheer squad. And then another young lady, and that looks to be, that is Christina Lambert.
As we called her, Christina Grand Slambert.
Yes. Big hitter, your starting pitcher for your Tioga Lady Indians, Christina. And then right behind her, dragging in the rear a little bit here, I believe that's going to be the class of 2026 is going to be coming after Christina. Beautiful night for a parade, Chuck. You can't ask for better weather. When we decided we were going to do this, of course, that always comes in your mind. Okay, what's the weather going to be like? Is there a storm? You never know.
Right.
We could not have asked for better weather than what we've got here for this parade. All right, here, as you can see, coming aboard here, that is the class of 2026. Throwing out some stuff. Let's try to see. They got the Indian on there. I see a couple of them. That's Morgan Goodo. Of course, Brody Goodo, our starting nose tackle. That's his little sister right there in the neon pink shirt. Give a little shout out to Morgan. Heck of a golfer. Heck of a golfer right there. That is your class of 2026.
I like their little theme there. They have the camera built in the front and red carpet is flashing with some lights along the side of the trailer. Yeah. Nicely done.
Yes. Red Carpet 2026 is their theme. That's awesome. They come up with some cool little ideas for this kind of stuff.
And you can see whenever, as we've been panning around here, I know we're kind of in this one spot, but this started from the junior high tracks all the way along the field around by the field house, comes up right next to the tracks back here in front of the school, and then turns down and goes to the back parking lot of the school. And there are folks, as you can see, folks lined the streets all the way through here.
Absolutely. Giving you bird's eye view from Chuck Perkins here. There's Molly Dyson. Molly Dyson is one of the homecoming courts. And then right behind Molly, looks like the FFA. Yes, sir. That's the FFA. And that is
always wanting to be in a boat.
Driving that is Arthur Brown and Chloe Brown, the owners of Real Deal Marine, driving that beautiful black truck right there, pulling the Avalon boat. Shout out to them. good friend of mine. And second, right behind them is another FFA. Well, I'm enjoying that. Look at that. What's that sign say, Chuck? Redneck, something or another on there. Look,
Something out on the outhouse?
Yeah, look, Miss McFarland, head of FFA, and she does such a great job. I'm telling you about, I have never had one person I've ever talked to ever say a bad word about Miss McFarland. They love her to death in FFA. She makes that so much fun. She does a great job.
Let's see if we can get a catch of that sign when it makes it turn here.
Yep, and that's her over there, Miss McFarland. Yeah, look, there you go. Look, Chuck doing working magic over there. Right behind Miss McFarland and the crew, that's another court. Trying to get a visual of that, and behind her is the girls' soccer team. The girls' soccer team behind her. I don't have a sign on the one of the homecoming court young lady there.
Is that Lauren Taylor?
It might be.
That is Lauren Taylor right there with the black car and the red, and the other one, let's see.
Yeah, Lauren Taylor, and then right behind her is one more. I didn't see a sign on the right side, Chuck, so I wasn't able to get that young lady's name.
Nope, but
somebody
amazing looking car though.
Yep, and then again the girls' soccer team with a couple of football players mixed in there as well.
I might have to land and change the battery out, and we'll be right back in just a second.
So we're going to take a break, and we'll be back here at the Homecoming Parade Special Edition of 446 Reservation Roundup.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone, day or night, wherever you are or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever-changing market we live in today. For any of your valuation needs, give me, Kimberly Harrell, a call.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. Did you know that September is Life Insurance Awareness Month? Our team is here to educate about life insurance and help you make the right coverage choices with the right agent this month and every month. Taking care of your family can be simple and something you can do today. There's no better time than now to learn how life insurance can protect your family's financial security. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect what matters most.
And welcome back, everybody, here to the Reservation Roundup Special Homecoming Edition. We're live at Tioga High School right here in front of the columns, right in the middle of the parade route. And you'll see joining me here is Coach Gill, Coach Tay. I know you probably go by, but Coach, we appreciate you coming in, and we're going to get to talk a little Tioga Indian basketball. So tell me a little bit about what I know last year, Corden, we talked a little bit off air, of course, it's last year, it was kind of tough going. We kind of get some things going, trying to finally establish getting your recruits in here, your people that you've kind of selected and everything. Tell us a little bit about what's coming up for your Tioga Indians.
Man, took a lot of patience. My younger group that I kind of started off here with, they're finally developed into juniors and seniors, and I have 2 or 3 sophomores as well. But it just took patience and consistency, and just waiting the course. And finally, we get a chance, to actually prove that we belong with anybody. So
absolutely, and people that don't coach, they don't realize it doesn't matter how great of a coach you are. You have to have people. You're not going to just have someone come straight in and just have there's anomalies, of course, that happens. But you've got to come in here, and being a school that you can pull from other areas and all that. It's tough to just come right in, and of course you got to take your lumps a little bit. But then when you finally get them to buy into that program, you have a successful year, which we're looking for this year for this Tioga team.
No doubt about it. I mean, just people only look from the outside, and they don't realize, all the hard work behind the scenes. And that's the main thing. It's not only about basketball, but I have a great group of young men. And, you can't ask for better than that. And that's kind of what we've been building towards, just finding a consistent group of young men. And we finally found that all of them make good grades. They act right in class. And, that's the main things about life, just acting right and knowing that you can do whatever you need to do to succeed in life. And
absolutely.
That's the goals that we try to take on every day. And hopefully to build them to be great young men in life, because that's the main goal.
Absolutely. So. People forget that, it's more than just sports. Not only do you want to teach them how to be great athletes and be successful here, but at the end goal, we want them to be great human beings and learn from it. And that's how it comes from people like you, of course, that get to do that. Now, you brought a couple of players with you today. If you wouldn't mind introducing who you brought and what grade they're in.
Okay, right here I have Jordan Milford. He's our captain. He was also our captain as a sophomore. Now he's a junior. We're looking for big things from him this year. We're looking for him to make a big leap from his sophomore to his junior year, and I think he will do that. Developed a lot of confidence over the summer, and that'll carry over to the season, and hopefully he'll lead us to a successful season.
All right. So, Jordan, real quick before we go, let me ask you, how excited are you to come in? Of course, again, like you said, your second year being a captain. How excited it is for that new season, and you got another year under your belt of learning Coach Tay's system, and how exciting it is to play in a very, very tough district.
Very excited. I'm ready. More confidence, like he said. So, I'm even more excited just to go out there and play the sport that I love.
Yep, and we want everybody to make sure they pack the house this year. We talked a little bit off air here about, and I'll let you go after we introduce your next player. We'll talk a little bit about that. But who else did you bring here today?
To my left, I have Keldrick Bowers. He's a senior for us. He's our co-captain as well. And just it's amazing how, man, he came last year. He transferred to Tioga, and they was like, this is a really tall kid at the school, and we don't know him. And I didn't know him either. I knew of him, but I didn't know him. And I finally saw him at school. I was like, hey, come out and play basketball. He had to sit out last year, and he waited the course. He did what he had to do. He got in, got his schoolwork right, got everything done, and now he finally gets the time to get on the court and, have fun and show what he can do.
Well, Keldrick, that's fun. It's his senior year. He had to sit out last year, and I know that was I can just imagine how tough that is to sit out an entire season. But you got to learn. Of course, I know you'll do a lot of work in the off season as well, so you kind of got familiar. How exciting is it for you to become one of the you don't have a whole lot of seniors this year, correct?
Two.
That's what I thought. Being one of the senior leaders and, of course, co-captain, have you been able to really take a hold to what Coach Tay has been able to teach this last summer?
Yes, sir. I really have been able to take a hold. He's been a great coach, coaching us ever since I've been here. And this might be my last year seeing everybody, so I just want to go try my best and go hard for everybody.
Cherish the moments. Of course, enjoy every game, enjoy every practice, enjoy every travel. Those long bus rides home from Neville and all these places like here. You know, as a senior, it's very humbling knowing that, you know, this is possibly your last year. Not everybody gets to go to that next level. If you do, that's awesome. That's great. But as all I can tell you as a guy that did it and didn't go play basketball at the next level, but you enjoy the entire, the whole thing of being, especially a senior. We're excited about seeing you, buddy. I can't wait to see. Of course, it's funny you say that because it doesn't matter how many players you have on your roster. When you're walking down the halls and you see a tall player that's not on your team, you stop and talk to him, don't you?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Always recruiting. Well, real quick, Coach, tell us a little bit about this idea that you came up. We want to pack the house, make sure that we get a lot of people at your home games.
Well, let's start off with our students. For the first game, I will have 60 student section shirts, and each student that comes in the game, they'll receive a shirt. So the first 60 will receive a shirt. We'll have a special section for them in the bleachers. Also, we'll go to our feeder elementary and our junior high, and we'll go talk to them and, you know, invite the kids to the game. You know, parent bring a kid, we let them in free. So we just try to do whatever we can to get our community involved and also our students.
Absolutely, and we talked about this as well. Junior high's feeder is so important to have that. Absolutely so important. That's where you get a lot of that talent developed, and if you can get that working back and forth, get them going hand in hand with what your plan is and with the coaches at the junior high, it makes it so much easier for transition when these freshmen come in.
No doubt about it. And we've been blessed and lucky to keep the past 3 years we've been able to keep our junior high kids, and that's the main thing, just keeping our kids and not letting them go elsewhere. As long as we can build from junior high, which our junior high coach does an amazing job with the kids, and if we can build from there and make sure they stay here, then we won't have no worries.
Well, that is it. Absolutely. The Coach Tay, the head basketball coach. Now, Coach he's got an assistant coach I'm pretty fond of. Just a little bit. My son, Jalen Ivey, is going to be helping you out this year. So I'm excited. I'm going to be at a lot of the games as well. And I hope that he, if he don't act right, you just let me know and I'll take care of it.
Oh, no, I love it. I love Jalen. We talk a lot. Even though he's in football season, we still talk and we chat about, what's upcoming. And he's really excited. This is his first year, so I know he's really excited to just step in. And you know how you're eager after your first day of school, you're ready for school, so the first time for everything is always the most exciting part.
Yep.
So, and I know he's excited. I know he'll do a good job as he's doing a good job in football as well. So.
Absolutely. Well, that is your head basketball coach at Tioga High School, Coach Gill. Coach Tay, we're just gonna leave it at Coach Tay. And so we appreciate you coming on. Of course, Jordan and Keldrick, thank you guys for coming on here. Looking forward to a very successful season of basketball. And who knows, you might see 446 show up and broadcast a couple of your games here. You never know. We pop up a lot of places. We'll call you before we come to get approval. But who knows? We might show up and call a few games this year.
Anytime you want to come, you're welcome.
All right. We appreciate it, Coach. We're going to take another break. We're going to come back here. We're going to talk to some more people here at the special edition Reservation Roundup here at the parade at homecoming here at Tioga High School. We'll be right back.
Time for a red, white, and cool summer event at Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Right now, you can save on a new energy saving system. No money down, 0% interest, and no payments till June 2024. Call Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing or visit us online.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family. For all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, Apparel and Promotions in Pineville.
For a lifetime of the best possible vision, look to Wallace Eye Associates, where our tradition of eye care excellence in Cenla spans nearly 40 years. From your next family eye exam to cataract and glaucoma evaluations, trust your vision to the experienced eye professionals at Wallace Eye Associates. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Appliance Parts Company in Alexandria has all your major appliance parts needs. We sell parts to all major appliances as well as new appliances, including window units, chest, and upright freezers. Appliance Parts originally opened its doors on Lee Street in 1972, and we're now open at a new location on Memorial Drive to serve you better. Stop by, say hey to our crew, and check out our awesome holiday gifts. Appliance Parts, 2208 Memorial Drive in Alexandria next to Target. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 9 till 12.
Everybody dancing all night long. Everybody dancing all night long. Everybody dancing all night long. Somebody's dancing to my song.
Welcome back, everybody, here to a special edition of your homecoming parade here. This is Reservation Roundup. We hadn't even had a chance to talk to Coach Kevin Cook, but we'll get him here in a little while. This has just been a fun night here. The parade is finished. Everybody is kind of making their way, picking up all the candy. Nobody threw us any. But it's okay. We're gonna deal with it. We got some special guests here tonight. The dance line. We got two of them here. Of course, they're a little nervous, but it's okay. We've got Abby Broussard and of course Chloe Bond is here tonight, and we're gonna kind of go back and forth between you. We'll talk with Abby first. Abby, tell us what grade you're in and how many years you've been doing the dance line.
I'm in 12th grade, and I've been doing dance for 4 years, and I'm the captain.
Oh, there you go, the captain. And now we've got Chloe Bond sitting to my left here. Tell us what grade you're in and how long you've been in dance line.
I'm a junior in 11th grade, and this is my official second year of doing dance line.
Okay, all right. Well, look, I've got daughters, but all my daughters played basketball and softball, so they didn't do the dance line thing. But I've always admired how y'all you got to keep a smile on your face, even when sometimes you're losing bad and all this kind of stuff. Tell us, Abby, what's your favorite thing about being in dance line?
My favorite thing is the Friday night home games and listening to the student section.
And they get
go
popping here at the
crazy.
reservation. They do a good job here. What about you, Chloe?
My favorite thing would have to be simply any football games. The journey to away games is really fun sometimes, and coming back and going to eat with your friends on any football night and just all the events that go on.
Yeah, and of course, being that the district that we're in now, we get to go to Monroe a lot. You get to travel to Neville, and that's far. When I was in school here, it was Pineville, Ash, Peabody, Bolton. So literally, you got to cross the river, and that was all you got to do. Now you get to go, and y'all go to both home and away games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you get to go to the Nevilles. You get to go to. Of course, there's not a lot to do in Franklin Parish.
And don't get me wrong, it's exhausting, but it's very fun sometimes.
Oh, absolutely, and then you get to experience the whole atmosphere of games, and of course. The football team thrives off on how your dance line and the cheerleaders and all those have to kind of keep it pepped up. Now, do y'all also do some stuff with the basketball program as well?
This year, our coach lets us know that we're going to be performing some halftime shows for some of the basketball games, and maybe even doing some sideline stand with, what's it called, a pep band?
Uh-huh. Okay.
And so we're not sure, but we might do a few of those this year.
Okay, and do y'all do anything away from, if y'all have any competitions or anything that y'all look forward to all year long?
This year we're not doing competition. I think they are next year, but we are doing a dance clinic during the spring, I think, for little girls.
Oh, nice. Okay, that's a big deal. That helps out. Of course, you see that every year. Of course, you see all during a football game, they'll have all the little ones out there doing dance and doing the cheerleading and all that, and that kind of helps of course, I mean, I imagine you'll have 50, 60 young ladies out there wanting to be dance line one day or wanting to be cheerleaders one day, and it's nice. Unfortunately, being your senior year, you don't get to do any competitions, but you might have done it in the past, and of course, that's a lot of traveling. And I know that your parents shell out a whole lot of money in dance line.
They do.
So shout out to all the parents of dance line, because we know.
Thank you very much.
Yes, we know exactly what you have to go through, and so tell us again, any steps possibly in the next level going up, or are you just going to enjoy the college atmosphere?
Maybe if I get into LSU, Tiger Girls. But I don't know,
nothing
we'll
wrong
see.
with getting the full experience, not, of course, all that. And you got 2 more years, of course, to make that decision.
Yeah, I have a little bit of time to think about it.
Yep.
I'm not 100% only because, this was really an impulsive, decision for me in the first place. But it is something that I enjoy a lot, so it really depends on where I end up.
And you get friends. You'll make friends that you'll probably have for life now, of course. I know that when I went here as well, and I still I look forward to, of course, my days are 99, so it's a long time ago. But our reunions, and you get to see all that. I'm a 99, yes, Chuck. Don't talk about my age, buddy. The year of 99. Look, our producer needs to mute himself over there. But you look forward to, you'll spend 20, 30 years, with some of the same friends. So you build a camaraderie basically with a lot of these young ladies that you'll meet here. And again, so we appreciate, of course, not only do we appreciate the entire dance line, we appreciate the parents of Dance Line for doing all that they do to make sure that these young women get to enjoy the full high school life of being able to travel and do all kinds of sports. Now, let me ask you this real quick. Do you do a couple of parades? I know were y'all in this parade as well, correct?
Yes, sir.
Do y'all do any other, like the Christmas parades in Ball or
We do the
Pineville?
Ball Christmas
The Ball
parade.
Christmas parade? All right, so make sure, stay tuned. Go to the Ball Christmas parade. You get to see the dance line. You get to see Abby and Chloe here. So we're going to take another break. No, we're going to leave it here. We're going to stay here as these young ladies. Thank you so much for coming. We're going to bring in the principal of your Tioga High School, Mr. Arrington. So we'll be right here. We're going to keep it here, but thank you, ladies, for coming in. We appreciate you so much. That is Abby Broussard and Chloe Bond. Thank you, ladies, for coming in. That's the Tioga Dance Line, and we appreciate them for coming in and talking to us for a little bit here. We're going to bring in Mr. Arrington right over here. Come right over on this side if you don't mind, sir. We're going to give you the headset. We're going to ask you the touch. I see Coach Cook's back. We're going to get him here in a little while as well. And this is your principal of Tioga High School. Look, he might be new to being the principal of Tioga, but he is definitely not new to Tioga. We love Mr. Ben Arrington, and thank you so much for coming on and talking to us a little bit tonight.
It's my pleasure. I feel important with these headsets on first time.
Yeah, look, we were talking. I was telling Chuck earlier, I said, with this little circle thing, I feel like I need to make a TikTok or something. But, of course, this is your first year, Mr. Arrington, of course, as Tioga principal. But,
Yes.
of course, you've been here for many, many years as the assistant principal. And, of course, tell us, if you wouldn't mind, about how many years have you been at Tioga?
So this is year 25
My
in
goodness.
education, and this is year 20 at Tioga High School. So started out way back in 99.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, and was a coach and teacher for a few years. Took a little brief hiatus, came back home after a year and a half to help start the gifted program, and stayed there in the classroom for a total of about 15 years. And so now this is year 25. Third year as a principal, but first back home
Tioga,
here at
yep.
THS.
Yeah, we of course I knew you were principal at Ash for a few years, and we
Yeah.
of course I do the softball games. I PA the softball games at Ash. My daughter is teaching over at Ash right now, so. Of course, I remember seeing you over there. Just an absolute honor to have you on the
I
show.
appreciate that.
And if you could kind of give us a little rundown. We got anything new coming around of course, we know how important this community supports Tioga in
Yes.
all aspects, and not only just sports, but in academics as well. Anything new coming on at Tioga that you maybe can give us a little inside glance on?
Sure. Well, yeah, you said it best. The community here has been so supportive, and they continue to be. We passed another bond issue last year, and so we're in the midst of planning the stages of the different things that we wanted to accomplish here. One of them, of course, is a brand new field house that
Yes.
we are getting close to having plans for, and will be in the very near future. And we have a couple of little things that we wanted to accomplish besides that. That's the big ticket item. And, because the facilities that our community have blessed us with are absolutely amazing. We want to take good care of them and add to them when we can to give our kids the best experience here. So we're super excited about some additions to the track and to our field house, and we love being able to add those new items when we can. It's been an amazing thing that our community has done for us, for sure.
And again, I tell, of course, my kids, of course, I have a son is a teacher here now, Jalen Ivy. My daughter, who happens to walk up right here, Chloe French, is in the background. She went to school here, and I told them their entire time that they were here, you do not know how blessed you are, especially because my kids were all sports. Jalen had the turf his entire career here. Chloe had the turf field for softball
Yes.
her all 4 years that she started, and how blessed the community that backs up Tioga so much. We get labeled as the rich area. They all got all that money over there,
Right.
but people don't realize that we're not a rich area. We have so much support from this awesome community, and we're not the biggest community.
That's right.
But the people that are here are Tioga through and through, and they want to make sure that everything around here is top notch, and they do that to the top.
They really do. It's not a community that has, we're not blessed with riches by any means, but they prioritize education, they prioritize the facilities. And, to piggyback off what you said as well, we have the facilities, and that's great. But one of the things that's a priority for me is, we want to keep our amazing teachers that we have, and we want to add great people like your son, Jalen, to our staff, to our faculty. And because we can have great facilities, but if you don't have great people in the building, it's not as meaningful. Thankfully, we have amazing people in our building, and I'm greedy. I want to get every good person we
Yeah.
can. So we're delighted to have Jalen on our staff as well. He's doing a phenomenal job in the classroom with our JAG, and also, of course, on the football field.
I know he loves it, of course, and it bodes well for anybody to come back to your high school. You had to have a great
Yes.
experience there,
That's right.
in order to come back, and I know he did for sure. He loved it, and I'm blessed because he moved back from Baton Rouge. I never thought he'd come back home, but he did.
I'm glad he did.
And I'm super glad he did as well. Tell us a little bit, of course, if you don't mind. I know we had a lot. About how many kids is Tioga running right now? If you're allowed to say,
Oh yeah, absolutely. We can talk about that. We're at right around 930 students. Last year, the enrollment dipped around below 900 for a little bit, so we'd like to stay between 9 and 950 at least. Now, look, if you want to come to Tioga High School, come on over, and we're going to educate anybody that walks through those doors. But we've been hanging around the 9 to 950 mark. 930 is about the sweet spot we've been at for most of this year.
Okay,
Yeah.
good deal. And that bodes well, of course. And you have no shortage of teachers. I know teachers is not everybody has that luxury, but
Right.
I've noticed that Tioga seems to have a pretty good. Again, but that bodes well of you and from the top that people want to come teach here and
Yes.
and be involved with this Tioga.
Well, and credit to Mr. Lacombe and the 10 years he was here, and he did a phenomenal job, particularly these last few years, of hiring some really good, young, talented teachers who are also have just gelled with this community so quickly. And, part of the community support that we've had in thanks is in large amounts due to a handful of small group of teachers who graduated in the local at Louisiana College and have come over here and done a phenomenal job with our school spirit, and they're the ones that have been responsible for planning this parade tonight. So I want to give a shout out to Mr. Lacombe and the job he did in the 10 years he was here, and particularly the last few years. We've done a really good job of hiring.
And again, you have great coaching staffs.
Yeah.
And Coach
We
Cook
do.
has brought that up multiple times during his show about how open that you are, and Mr. Lacombe was about if he needed anything, there was no hesitation. You didn't need to beg. You know what I mean? That they were, and he told me that you even asked him prior to the season, saying, "Hey, whatever you need, let us know. Do you need more coaches? Do you need this?"
Absolutely, and I was fortunate that my first job was at Ash and got to work with Coach Thomas Bachman, and it was a priority to me there that we were able to surround him with the right people.
Yes.
And he's a good man, and Coach Cook is a good man, and I want to continue that. Anytime we can add just talent to the faculty in general, whether they're just a teacher or a coach, I want to do that, and so we want to always give our our head coaches in particular in this scenario, we want to give them an opportunity to add really, really great coaches and most importantly, great people. So, yeah, he absolutely will always have that option for me.
Absolutely. In every athletic program, you're only as good as your coaching staff.
Yes,
and
sir.
of course, a great head coach has great assistant coaches.
Yes, they do.
You know, because he can't do it all himself, so he's got to have all that. And so we appreciate you allowing our, you know, he's my favorite guy. Of course, I've known him for years, coming in and being able. And there's a reason that Tioga football program has been so successful ever since Coach Cook has come in. It's because we've had the backing from you guys.
Well, and I told him with the first conversation we had, and I've told other people as well, you know, Tioga's got a lot of great sports traditions, and they've had some amazing head football coaches come through, but no one has had the sustained success that Coach Cook has had. He is the first person that has really been able to have a winning program and tradition over a sustained number of years, and so credit to him and his staff for that.
Yeah, and again, like you said, when he's taken over, we've made the playoffs every year. He built this entire program. We weren't very successful.
That's
you know,
right.
the years that prior to he wasn't here.
Yeah.
He come in and he set a standard, and not only did he changed the football mentality. He's making these football players way better human beings and just great young men. And we appreciate, of course, him for that. So
absolutely,
we're going to go ahead and take a break here. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk to a few more students, and then we're going to bring Coach Kevin Cook. And he's finally going to get to be on his own show. We're super excited about that. So we're going to take a break. Thank you very much. This is your principal of your Tioga Indians here, Mr. Ben Arrington. Thank you so much for coming and talking with me for a little while. And this is a special edition Reservation Roundup here live at Tioga High School at the Columns for the homecoming parade. We'll be right back after this break.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever-changing market we live in today. For any of your valuation needs, give me, Kimberly Harrell, a call.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family for all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, Apparel and Promotions in Pine.
I'm Jake with Farm Bureau Insurance. Did you know that September is Life Insurance Awareness Month? Our team is here to educate about life insurance and help you make the right coverage choices with the right agent this month and every month. Taking care of your family can be simple and something you can do today. There's no better time than now to learn how life insurance can protect your family's financial security. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect what matters most.
Time for our red, white, and cool summer event at Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Right now, you can save on a new energy saving system. No money down, 0% interest, and no payments till June 2024. Call Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing or visit us online.
Welcome back, everybody, here. This is a special edition of the Reservation Roundup. Normally on Thursday nights, we are at Quebedeaux, which will kick back off next week at Quebedeaux. But tonight, we're at the parade. It's already finished up. We're talking to some people, and we've got some of the student leadership students that's here tonight. We have got Maddie Van Heist right here to my right, and, of course, Zoe Rowland to my left. And I'm gonna ask a few questions. But, Maddie, tell us a little bit, again, on what grade you're in and what you do and your position at the student leadership. Oh, let's see if we can get this. They might have turned it off. Oh, no, that's on Chuck. That's not on you. You're good. Go ahead.
I am a senior this year, and I am student body president.
Okay, and Zoe?
I'm a senior this year, and I'm the Chiefs director.
All right. So, Maddie, tell us a little bit what student leadership does here at Tioga.
Student leadership does just about everything at this school. We plan every pep rally. We do tribal battles throughout the years for the grades to compete for the end of the year tribal wars, and we just have we just want everybody to have a good experience throughout their year, so we plan as many fun activities as we can, and we plan everything throughout homecoming week pretty much.
So basically, you're the reason for a lot of this stuff here and pep rallies and everything.
I don't take credit for nothing.
No, you got to take credit. Y'all both seniors, you take as much credit as you can.
Yeah.
Zoe, so you said this is your first year into student. Tell us a little bit what you enjoy about the student leadership.
I just enjoy being able to make all the students at Tioga have a good time and see all their smiles and everything. It's just really good.
Hey, that's a lot of pressure thrown on with, making pep rallies are a big deal.
Yes,
So y'all come up with the themes and everything?
Yes.
Oh, see, that's awesome, man. I mean, I might have to sneak in and get one of those and do like a dance-off or something. But so, again, this is, how many years have you been doing this, Maddie?
This is my 4th year.
So you've done it all 4 years?
I've done it all 4 years.
Okay. And, again, so I know of course, Zoe plays a lot of sports, so I'm good to see you in other aspects as well. Maddie, tell us a little bit, do you have any plans for the next level going on when you graduate this year?
Yes, I plan on to either go to LSU or LSUA to major in pre-vet and then go to veterinary school afterwards.
Man, I tell you what, look, I have a vet joke, but it's not the greatest, but I'm going to go ahead and say it, because this is my show and I can do that. I said when I was younger, I said I'm either going to be a veterinarian or a taxidermist, and my slogan's going to be either way you get your dog back. But yeah, never mind. That's neither. But that's fantastic. Congratulations on that, Zoe. Tell us what your next step is after graduation.
I will be continuing my softball career at Grambling State University.
Fantastic. That's great. I wish it was Southern. No, I'm just kidding. My son went to Southern, so we're Jaguars. But I am proud, of course. I've got to follow you your whole life. And be glad that you're going to be a Grambling Tiger. That's an awesome being able to go to the next level. And, of course, with the animals, you got to – look, we need that so bad. In my line of work, what I do, I talk to a lot of the animal clinics around here in town, and there's one thing that they're always needing is a new vet, another vet. So, of course, everybody's animal lovers around here, and so we appreciate that. That's a great career to move here. Now, let me ask you this. Are you going to stay in central Louisiana, or are you going to go kind of far? Because I know a lot of people that live here all their life, they're like, okay, after I graduate college, I'm moving far away.
I mean, if I get into vet school in Baton Rouge, then I'll come back. But, I mean, if I have to go out of state, I have to go out of state.
You got to do what you got to do. Absolutely. And what about you? You gonna stay out in Ruston area, Monroe area, or are you going to come back this way?
I think I might come back for my first year and then expand out.
And then, ain't nothing wrong with that, of course. And I know your dad, of course, your dad and I went to school together, and I'm sure he's super proud of you as well. And, of course, I know your parents as well. I'll be seeing you a lot this year for softball games as well.
Yes, sir.
And, of course, small story. Maddie didn't even recognize me. I was her first little basketball coach from when you were 10 years old, and a long time ago. Of course, they're all growing up on me, seniors now. So, ladies, we appreciate. Now, do y'all have any events coming up on the season that you want to talk about? Any type of, I don't know if, big events that y'all have already planned? Maybe prom or anything? Any ideas going?
We haven't started on prom yet. Our next biggest event is probably Trunk or Treat on October 26th.
That's right down the road, yeah.
We don't have anything until around Christmas.
Yeah.
Well, tell us a little bit about Trunk or Treat. Is that going to be here as well?
Yes, Beta usually takes care of that, and it's right here in front of the school in the teacher parking lot. And students will have all their cars decorated, and there will be tons of candy, tons of games, and it'll just be lots of fun.
What do we know what night that is? Is that on a week?
It's October 26th. I think that's a Thursday.
A Thursday night.
Yeah. Yes.
Who knows?
From 4 to 6.
We might have our show here. Chuck, there's something to think about. They got Trunk or Treat. I think it's on a Thursday night. We might need to be able to sneak over here, have the Reservation Roundup here. I just want to be promised some candy. If y'all can promise me some candy, we can make some things happen.
Definitely.
Now, Coach Kevin Cook had said that you were supposed to say something, Zoe. So I want to make sure that we get that into the mic.
The Tioga High School football coach is the best math teacher y'all will
Look at that
ever
camera right there.
have.
Right there. There you
He
go.
is the best Algebra 3 teacher ever.
Oh, love it. There you go, Coach Cook. Look, we appreciate that, of course. Thank you, ladies, so much. It's Maddie Van Heist and Zoe Rowland here for the student leadership. We thank you, ladies, for coming on board.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take another break, but we're going to come back, and we're finally going to get to talk to the guy that the show is named after, the Reservation Roundup with Coach Kevin Cook. We're going to talk a little football here when we come back on 446 Sports.
Thank you.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone, day or night, wherever you are or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever-changing market we live in today. For any of your valuation needs, give me, Kimberly Harrell, a call.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. Did you know that September is Life Insurance Awareness Month? Our team is here to educate about life insurance and help you make the right coverage choices with the right agent this month and every month. Taking care of your family can be simple and something you can do today. There's no better time than now to learn how life insurance can protect your family's financial security. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect what matters most.
Everybody dancing all night long. Everybody dancing all night long. Everybody dancing all night long. Somebody's dancing to my song.
And welcome everybody to the Reservation Roundup. Here's a special edition of the Reservation Roundup. This is at the homecoming parade. As they finished up, we finally got Coach Kevin Cook with us. He rode the float earlier, and he's been mingling, shaking hands, kissing babies, doing what coaches do. And of course, now we finally got him back on the show here. This is the Reservation Roundup with Coach Kevin Cook. And Coach, a little different atmosphere tonight than the regular Thursday nights at Quebedeaux.
It is. It's a great atmosphere. The food's not as good, but the atmosphere is really, really awesome.
All I got is a Milky Way for
That's
you.
right.
But we were talking a little bit, a huge, great appearance right here tonight. We had over 49 floats in the parade. Huge, just a big, big success here. And always fun, and this may be something that we try to do every year on the pair. I love it. I'd actually one year, Chuck and I were talking. We're going to do one. We're going to be on the float. We're going to be going through.
Awesome.
That would be we're going to do that. And
I'm 100% for
We're
this.
going to let Chuck work all the logistics out on that. We're just going to show up and eat candy and talk about football, you and I. So let's talk a little bit about last Thursday night. We went down to Pine Prairie. kind of as expected. Of course, they have a lot going on in that little program that they have here, and Tioga took care of business, knowing that of course, I don't know, and this is just me perceiving from the outside. I don't know if Jacorian had to ask you and beg you to at least get one snap onto the game, or if that was pre-planned.
Well, he wasn't supposed to play at all. And after he, ran the opening kickoff back, I told Coach take his helmet and put it in the truck and lock it. And that's literally what happened. We literally locked his helmet up so he couldn't go back out there. So, but that's the kind of kid that he is.
Yes.
And that's the kind of kids that you want. So, but at the same time, Pine Prairie is a program who, when we scheduled them 2 years ago, because these schedules are made almost 3 years in advance.
Right.
And so they just had the best football season they'd ever had in school history. Their head coach was one of a player who played for me here at Tioga High School. Isaac Clark was their head coach at the time when we scheduled it. Now some things have transpired since then, and he's moved on to greener pastures, and we were able to go over there and just get this thing accomplished and kind of get back into the W column, get that bad taste of a loss out of our mouth, and get ready for this week with Franklin Parish.
Again, Jacori had played one play. We talked about it on Sunday night on our Coach Speak show at Quebedeaux, and we talked about it and said Doug Gant zoomed in on the camera and said, anybody playing Tioga High School, and he said he made him zoom in on his face. He said, do not kick it to one. Unless you want a touchdown. And what happens? They opening kickoff, kicks it to Jacorian, 75 yards for a touchdown. Then Josh Lloyd had a beautiful catch for a touchdown from Case. 30-yard run from Travis Adams. Champion had a beautiful forced fumble. Another 8-yard rush and touchdown from Travis Adams. And then Case threw, which I've been begging. Of course, we watch. You guys have know way more than I do. But I've been saying all season long, get Ryan Reeves the ball. He's going to make something happen. And when you do throw it to him, he catches everything. And he had a beautiful catch and touchdown from Case Malone. And then, of course, Travis Adams has another one. And then nice to see the young fella, Contavious Bates, with the touchdown run at the end of the ball game.
Well, it was a great night to let some of our younger guys get some game time experience. Yes. And it is different when it's a quote unquote Friday night, even if it's on Thursday.
Yeah.
But it's a lot different, and it's a lot different than Monday night. And so it was a win-win for us. We were able to heal up some bobos that we've accumulated over the past couple months, and we were able to win, and we were able to allow our young guys to play a little bit. So I think it was just a triple win for us. And, of course, we wish nothing but the best for Pine Prairie and what they continue to do for the rest of this season. But it was our off week in the district, which is a very difficult game to find. And a lot of times when you see a team with no game, that's really what happened. Yeah. There's not that many odd-numbered teams in the state. And then, geographically you have to be within a reasonable time frame of each other. And then it has to be a reasonable matchup. And, at the time 3 years ago when we scheduled it, they're coming off a high and – of the best season that they've ever had, and it looked like a good football game on paper. And but at any rate, like I said, we're able to do those things and then transition very quickly on Friday morning into the Franklin Parish setup.
Yeah, big game against. We were one of the few teams not starting district last week.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, we had a non-district game with Pine Prairie. But this week we shift gears. We start district, and it is also homecoming week, which is why we're here at the columns tonight here for the parade. But big week of, and it's very easy to kind of a lot of these players to get distracted. Of course, Jacori Norris is your homecoming king, well deserved. Of course, there's everything. He seems to having a pretty great senior year for Jacorian. But we shift over to Franklin Parish, and they're 5-1 as well, coming in. Beat Grant last week, 19-17, I believe was the score on that game. And again, both of us coming in 5-1 here. They already played their first district game. We, of course, are playing our first. But from what I've been able to do, the little bit of research that I've been able to get on Franklin Parish is their quarterback is not afraid to throw the ball down the field.
Yeah, so we do things to start this off, because it is the homecoming edition. So people are kind of wondering, traditionally you don't schedule a 5-1 team with one of the top 5 all-time passing yardage quarterbacks in the state of all classes, with the number 24 receiving player of all classes, not just 4A, but everybody in the whole state. So that doesn't seem like a great homecoming game. But the reality is here we do things a lot differently as it relates to homecoming. And you know, I don't get involved with it. Just went out.
Go ahead. Let's see if maybe
I don't get it. There we go.
Yep.
I don't get involved with the scheduling of homecoming. I allow the principal schedules homecoming. We made that determination probably after your son played for me, and we went to this pattern. They know when the important things that are happening, like the ACT testing and all of these other little things, are going to happen. And they you know, and other things related to education. So I said, look, let's make this easier on both of us. I don't want people to call me about it. And I don't know the answer. So let's just be sure that you always set the date of homecoming. So you look at the schedule, you see what fits the school, what's going to fit the student body, and what's going to fit our community the best. We're going to play all 10 games no matter what. I don't care. So I don't care which one is homecoming. And that's kind of the method that we've used now for 6 of my 8 years, going on 9 now. So really 7 of my 9 years. And, you know, just coincidentally this time it landed on an outstanding football team in Franklin Parish.
Yeah, and again, like you said, y'all do things differently. I say 90% of most homecoming, they try to schedule a easier game just for the for the atmosphere to have all that, which is fine. But I like the way you do it. You know, that way you got other things to be worrying about than have to worry about which game's going to fall. But going back to that receipt, his name is Desirian Ellis is the quarterback for Franklin Parish, and throwing the ball, he's been throwing it to Marshawn Whitley is going to be the young man that's catching the ball. And again, Tioga's strength this season has been the takeaway in the passing game. We've been able to take away a lot of people with interceptions, returns for touchdowns. So this is going to be a fun game for anybody that's a football fan to be able to watch strength versus strength.
Well, that's what I was about to say. You're going to see, something that we've been blessed to be good at this year. Going through the first 6 games at least, and then you're going to see what how they've made their money. They've made their money in the air. Now they are really balanced, and their total yardage for the season, of course, according to Google, who evidently Google knows everything. I don't know if you knew this.
If it's on the internet, it's true.
It has to be. It has to be. So, according to Google, they're very well balanced, and all the articles that we could dig up and read. So it's going to be a great night of football. I think you're going to see their best. I think you're going to see us give our best, and just like a few weeks ago when you play great teams, you have to be mistake-free. Yes. And I think whoever makes the least amount of mistakes comes away the win.
Yep, big district game here, homecoming tomorrow night against Franklin Parish. Both teams 5-1 coming into this. And again, this is going to be – Bro Bridge was a phenomenal team at throwing the ball. They were able to throw the ball down the field, and we were able to take advantage of that. This Franklin Parish team, though, Ellis, the quarterback for Franklin Parish, he's also got quite a few rushing touchdowns as well. So, yeah, he mixes it up. If he needs to tuck it and go, he can. But he's looking for down the field, and that bodes well for this Tioga defense when you got Jacorian Norris, Josh Lloyd, Mac Cadmus. You got just a host of defenders there being able to hopefully stop the passing game. If you're a football fan and you haven't made a game, this is the game you need to come to this right now. It's going to be a fun night at the reservation. Coach, we've been waiting on you to get over here. I know you've had your duties, and so we've been able to talk to a lot of people tonight, and everybody, of course, has nothing but great words about it. They love you, Coach Cook, around here, and just like we do here at 446 Sports. I appreciate all that you do for this Tioga program, how you've kind of set the standard of made sure that this is a academic school first, athlete second. Make sure that these young men are not only great athletes but great human beings, and we appreciate all that you do here at Tioga.
Well, I appreciate the community. I think that they've spoken very loudly and clearly about the way they feel about our school and about our kids here, and about, really, I call them our kids, but they are our kids. It's their kids, and we consider them to be our kids. And I think the community, we can say whatever we want, but our actions are what means something. And the community has acted very strongly in the way that they have voted for bonds to pass and for great things to be happening here. And so we would just want to continue to do our part to, I look at being a head coach as you're really a servant to the community. I serve the community in this capacity, and that's really the way that I feel about it every single week. With every single game and all the off seasons, I feel like I do what I do for them, and they in return have been a real blessing to me and my family. So
absolutely, we appreciate all of our sponsors here on 446 Sports. Appreciate a little shout out to Polo and Plaids. Man, they make our shirts here for 446 Sports. They do a phenomenal job. If you have any fundraisers or anything, go see Michelle LaCour. She does a phenomenal job over there. Turnarounds are super quick, and she does some really good stuff. Of course, in the top right corner of your screen, you're going to see all of our sponsors that rotate. Of course, everybody that does makes everything happen here at 446 Sports. Appreciate the community. Of course, we've got got local sponsors as well as some bigger name sponsors that kind of cover all of our stations here. But we appreciate the entire Ward 10 community for taking care of Tioga the way they have done for so many years.
Absolutely.
And appreciate everybody. It was great talking to Coach. He's not a coach anymore. Talking to Ben Arrington, the principal here of Tioga.
Yeah.
I did not realize he had been that many years here at Tioga. 25 years, he said.
Well, he's got a lot invested on a personal basis, and that makes for a lot better. No matter what, when you have a personal investment in it of 2.5 decades, like it makes a difference. Like you have a lot of pride in what's happening and what you feel like the future is, and it means something a little different to you and his family history. And they've all graduated from here.
Yes.
His dad was part of the first football team that ever was at Tioga High School, and he's got that picture in his office, and I think it's really cool. And so. It means something to him, and he's just been great since he's got here to football.
Absolutely, we appreciate Mr. Ben Arrington. Appreciate all the guests that we've had tonight here. We appreciate everybody for watching. Next Thursday night, we'll be back at Quebedeaux for the Reservation Roundup. Come out and support that. We want to make sure we pack the house. And we've had some great nights thus far. They have a special menu just for Tioga people. And when I tell you, you cannot go eat at any fast food restaurant cheaper than what we get at Quebedeaux. Is that right, Chuck?
No, Billy, it's not Tioga people. It's people that come out and support Tioga.
Well, yes, that's the Tioga crew. We call them Tioga people. You don't have to live just in the day.
But we've had some folks from other places that support Tioga.
Well, yeah, look, you come in with some
Nathan
Tioga
the other
gear.
night. He comes out and his kids come to school here with us.
He's Tioga people. His kid comes to Tioga. He's Tioga people. Listen, come with some Tioga gear. If you want a great meal and you want to come support the Tioga football program, wear some Tioga stuff. Come to Quebedeaux and enjoy a good meal, really, really cheap. And we're going to talk to Coach Kevin Cook and talk about the week's matchup. That'll be back next Thursday night at Quebedeaux. So this is going to be wrap up here. This is going to do it for us tonight here. This is that special edition Reservation Roundup with Coach Kevin Cook, live from Tioga High School for the parade. Coach, we appreciate you coming on. We thank you for staying a little later than a normal Thursday night. You got a big game tomorrow to prepare for, so we appreciate it. And hopefully next Thursday night at Quebedeaux, we could talk about a big win against Franklin Parish.
Well, that's what we're hoping for.
And Bill and I, we always say, just like everybody showed up here, don't just watch it on here. You can always watch us later.
Yes.
Come out to the game. Show up like they showed up here for homecoming, the parade and everything. Show up out here on the field and let the team see you there.
Buy a ticket. Come in here and support Tioga. Get in there. I say it every week. I want to see you in the stands with your phone out listening to the ball game. I'd love for that. And that way, again, you can always go back and watch anything that we do all season long. It doesn't cost you anything. Just subscribe and like that page. But we want you at the reservation. We want to pack the house. We want to make sure we stand behind Tioga and Coach Kevin Cook and this Tioga Indians. So for Billy French, alongside my partner behind the camera, Chuck Perkins, and, of course, Coach Kevin Cook, we appreciate you so much, Coach. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and we will see you tomorrow night at the reservation. Tioga takes on Franklin Parish for homecoming. We'll see you tomorrow night.